All right, what's up, good people? Welcome back. We got a little information to put out there. We got the UFC was at the White House. UFC Freedom 250. Right, main event was Ela Taporia versus Justin Gaethje, and then we had Alex Pereira, who's a superstar in this in the UFC, going against Surreal Gain. These was two upsets. Let's see how we came to this conclusion. I'm gonna show you that I did pick these two guys. You just resurrected me, reach me. I put a quarter on them. Put one quarter on them. $162. It's a real gain. KO in the round two. And then I had Justin Gaethje with the KO in round four. Now all this dates back to the Super Bowl when I was saying these numbers in the Super Bowl is going to follow us uh, throughout the rest of the year until baseball season is over with. All right, so surreal game. This is what I was looking at. There's a way to do. I call it. I don't know if this is a real thing or not, but I call it. It's simple gematria. Simple gematria is just. It's either the amount of letters in the name, or it could be the two initials. So right here we got Cyril Gain. His two initials is CG, right? So C is the third letter and G is the seventh. So CG, right, is 37. 37 is the 12th prime number. Like I said, the Seattle Seahawks, they're known as 12, right? They're known for the 12th man, but that 12 was big all through the Super Bowl. Now, this big event that's going on at the White House, it's, of course, they're going to, if it's a big event, if they know a lot of eyes is going to be watching, there's going to be some occult stuff going on. There's going to be some hidden messages and some secrets, right? All incorporated into the event. Now, yeah, like I said, CG is 37. Now, Justin Gaethje, as you can see, he's 37 years old. All right, now check this out. Justin Gaethje, I mean not Justin Gaethje, but Cyril Gain is from France, right? Just like we was watching the NBA Finals, and one of the main characters, the best player, was from France, Victor Wembanyama. All right, now Victor Wembanyama, we the one game that he won. I don't know. All right, we have to do this real quick. Victor Wembanyama, the one game that he won, all right, was it had a it was 666 was involved in it. Let me show you, man. So France hosted the Olympics 2 years ago. Okay. Those ceremonies ended on August 11th. Okay. Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs won one game, and that was on June 8th, 2026, game three. That was 666 days after the close of ceremony for France. All right. Now, fast forward a little bit to Trump's birthday, right? This is another reason why the fight was at the White House. Is also Trump's birthday too, right? His 80th birthday. Now, if we want to go from 666 to that, it's August 17th. August 17th, the UFC did have an event on August 17th. As you can see, Saturday, August 17th, 2024 is what I got up here, right? August 17th, 2024, 666 days to this big event that's at the White House, right? And that is UFC 305, where this guy named Dricus Duplessis beat Israel Alessandra. All right, now Duplessis is from South Africa. So off top, if you ain't thinking, you might just be like, well, I don't really see the connection here to this fight. But there's also this guy right here, the co-main event, K. Kara France, right? See, his last name is France. Now, Dricus Duplessis, he's from South Africa, but if you know anything about these last names, you know that this is definitely a French last name, right? So the French fighter, Cyril Gain, picks up the upset 666 days after UFC 305, where this guy, they're trying to hide it, but he's connected to France by that last name. And this guy, his last name is France too. So I'm like, I'm picking the Frenchman who got the 37 connection with his two initials. All right. And then we, Justin Gaethje, this is America's fight in front of America's front, backyard. It was on the South Lawn, right? This event took place on the South Lawn. So I don't know where Tupuria you're from, but I know he's not from America. Justin Gaethje is. It was the main event. You just kind of know, like, they're not about to let no non-American win the main event, you know. And so, that led us to him being 37 too. Also was a clue for me. Like, yeah, this is looking like this is about to happen. Now, okay. Now we did that, right? You see how I did that with Cyril Gain name, just the initials. Now look, check this out. Because we got this still on this Carmelo Anthony case, right? But we ain't gonna stay on it too long. Okay, let me show you something. Okay, here's Wemby, and I'm saying, showing you all these France, these decodes been leading right back to France, right? There's Rudy Gobert and Wemby, two France players. That's a real game. But yeah, Charleston White, it was looking like he's about to start a race war. And I'm like, well, he got the name to start it because Charleston, South Carolina, is known for several killed in a race wide in Charleston, South Carolina. This is back in the day, May 10th, 1919. And like I said, the San Antonio Spurs is in the South, New York is in the North. North versus South is like a Confederate thing going on. And yeah, I think Charleston White is now officially down with the Illuminati. We also had Spike Lee over the weekend too, finally getting a chip with his New York Knicks. They need to give Spike a ring. They need to give Spike a ring. I will say that over and over again. Let Spike Lee get a ring, bro. But this movie, one of his most famous movies, is Do the Right Thing, where there was actually a race ride in the movie. Right now, also Mike Brown coached the Knicks. Mike Brown, that name could be used for Coach Mike Brown or Mike Brown from Ferguson. All right, Austin Metcalf and Carmelo Anthony. Now this is the thing. Like I said, simple gematria is just you can use the amount of letters in the name or just the initials can tell you a lot, right? Like Austin Metcalf. Let's take a look at this. His initial is A, which A is 1, right? Then you got Metcalf. M is 13. Austin Metcalf is 113. Right? That's it. 113 is big because of it's an NBA number. If you spell out the National Basketball Association, it equals 113. It's the 113 league. Right? Also, Michael Jordan equals 113, and so does Kobe Bryant. Like I was saying, this trial synced up with these NBA finals. All right. Now, I'm showing you, a lot of people don't know this, that you can use the initials and it can tell you a story. Right? Austin, A is 1, M is 13, it's 113. Also, Jalen Brunson is connected to this 113 number 2. Show you this right quick. There goes Jalen Brunson, 113, right? How Jalen Brunson's $113 million sacrifice. Jalen Brunson admits if he regrets the $113 million sacrifice. See, 113 is associated with this guy's name. He just won the NBA Finals and won the MVP too as well. Let's do Carmelo right quick. Carmelo, K is 11, right? And then his last name is Anthony, so A is 1. So that's the triple ones. And best way I can show you is, let me see if I can show you. I'm guessing New York, it goes triple ones. And like I said, the triple ones can translate to triple sixes too. Let's see if I can put that up there right quick. Triple ones, triple sixes. Real slick way to put it right in your face, right? Because so many games, this NBA Finals ended with 1-1-1, right? Or the 1-1-3. So you can see New York is tied to that 1-1-1. That's Carmelo's name. Carmelo being K being 11, and then A being 1. And you see 1-1-3 is tied to Austin Metcalf's name. A being 1, M being 13. Now, that 1-1-3 connected to Michael Jordan. I was saying this is gonna have this last game of the NBA Finals is gonna have something to do with 1984. That's crazy. This last game was gonna have something to do with 1984, right? So, and it's connected through Trump. Trump once again, right? Trump is known for the January 6th insurrection, 2021. And if we go to the last day of that game, it equals out to 1984. 1984 is connected to the NBA draft where Michael Jordan was drafted. Right? And Jalen Brunson, you can see all these memes. I was trying to figure out who are they trying to compare to Michael Jordan, Jalen Brunson or Wemby? And turns out it is Jalen Brunson. And now looking at this picture, 23 and 11 is connected, right? The 23rd hour on the clock is the 11th hour. So that kind of makes sense right there. Michael Jordan and Jalen Brunson. And if I just found out about the Jalen Brunson being connected to this 1-1-3 after the finals. I didn't know that. If I would have known that, I would have been like, oh, it is Brunson. They're trying to connect to Jordan. And so let me go back right quick. And it'll show you that all over ESPN, they talk about Jalen Brunson, Michael Jordan comparison. Jalen Brunson ties Michael Jordan with legendary 45-point game. Jalen Brunson didn't need Michael Jordan autograph. All type of stuff connecting Brunson to Michael Jordan, right? And we already knew something was up because this date, the January 6th date, where the president showed up to Game 3, right? And it equaled out to 1984. We knew it was something with Jordan or Elijah Wan, one of the two, right? One of the two. And so, yeah, that French connection is something with that. And we're going to keep looking out for it. But, yeah, that 666, man, be hitting, bro. It's crazy. Yeah. UFC 305 was August 17, 2024. To this UFC 250 at the White House was 666 days. It was going to point us to the winner. And the winner happened to be a French man, Cyril Gane. And this is the two guys. One guy, he's not from France. It just, that's his last name. And then this other guy, his last name is French. All right. So we was able to tie Cyril Gane, get him in the win over Alex Pereira, which, like I said, he is a superstar, and usually I wouldn't bet against a guy like that. But 25 cent, man, take us out, man. For a good old 25 cent, turning 25 cent into $162, it's big time. Drake, take us out. Baby. All right. Well, first, like, comment, subscribe, and then now Drake, take us out. Call my phone and say peace, peace, peace.